Today I will show you how to use variables in Golang. If this is the first time you meet me, my name is Felix and welcome to my channel, Felix the Dev. I'm a software developer, computer programming teacher, and coach. I have a bachelor's degree in computer science, and my passion is to help people like you learn how to code, and computer science students complete their degrees. So if you would like this one to help you in your journey as a computer science student or someone learning how to code, then click on that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. Also, click on the little bell icon so you'll be notified when I upload. So today we're going to continue the series of Golang for beginners, and we're going to talk about variables today. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create a new folder inside Go for Beginners project, as the project we did on the last video, which you can check that out. I'm going to put the info cards here. You can check on the links on the description. So let's go new folder. We're going to call it variables. Now we're going to create a new file. We're going to do main.go like last time. Okay, we're going to go ahead and copy the hello world code and paste it. And let's erase the comments in this because we don't need it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to declare a variable. I'm going to do var age int, and what we did here is that we declared a variable called age, and the type is an integer. So this part is to tell Go that we're declaring a variable using the var keyword, and the name of the variable, also known as the identifier, and the type, which is telling Go or the compiler that we're going to use this variable space, this variable, for an integer. So that's the first way we can declare variables. Another one is to do a group like this. You just put the var keyword, and then you go ahead and put a set of lines like this. You can do n and say it's going to be an integer. You can do another variable called f and tell Go that's going to be a bool, and str, which is going to be a string. And what this is doing is declaring a set of an integer, a boolean, and a string all in a group. Instead of doing 3 lines like this, you're just doing it all at once. So that's another way you can do that. You can declare a variable. And this type of declaration is typically or primarily used to declare variables globally. And don't worry about that. We're going to talk about variable scope in a minute or later on this video. But just to let you know that this is typically used in Go to declare variables globally. Okay, so now let's talk about initializing variables. So, or assigning values to those variables. So one way we could do that is I just saved the noise about this. It's because we need to use the variables, but we'll use it in a second, and we'll get rid of these errors right here. But so, as I was saying about declarations, one way you could do it, it's by initializing where you declare it. So you can do age 20. That's one way to do it, right? And what this does is assigning the value 20 to age. Okay, let's go ahead and do fmt.println so we can get rid of these marks right here for errors. Age and f and string. There you go. So let's run it. So right now we can see that age is 20, 0 is the value of n, the value of f is going to be false. In str, we're not going to see a value, and I'll explain why. So we see the 0 and false because Go by default initializes integers to 0. If you don't put a value, by default he puts a 0. So for the compiler, to 0 by default, and it's going to be initialize to false by default. And this one is going to initialize to the empty string or the null string by default. And the way that we can fix this, so we can see the value when we print it of str, is to assign it. So this is another way in which you're going to assign it. We can type the name of the variable, str equals, and let's say Felix. So let's run this by pressing Ctrl R. There we go. And now we see the value of Felix, of str, which is Felix. Now let's give a value. Let's give it 40. Let's get f true. And let's run it again. Oh, there we go. Now it works. So now when we run it, we see that the 20, what comes from age, the 40, what comes from n, f is now assigned to true, and str has the value of Felix. So that's another way where you can initialize or assign a value to a variable in Go. And also another one is a shorthand, which is like this. Give 10. Let's print it. Okay, let's run it. Now we see the 10. So this is known as the shorthand, and this is a way to declare and initialize a value with less code or less typing. So you can use this, and what Go does is it infers the type of the variable for you, so you don't have to tell it, like here on the top. And which brings me to another point, that we can, on the top, we can delete the int, because Go is inferring with the compiler that this is going to be an integer, so it's not necessary. That's why we have this little dots here on the bottom, so because it's inferring it for you. So you can delete it, and it's still going to work. There you go. 20, 40, true, Felix, and 10. So that's another way where you can assign values to variable by using shorthand. Now let's talk about scope, about variable scope. So there's two types of scope, global scope and local scope. And to illustrate this, let's take this out, copy this, and take this out, the main function. Okay. And also let's declare another function on the bottom, and let's call it test. Let's write a code for another function, I should say. It's going to be called test. And test is going to have, we're going to declare a variable called let's call it b, or equals, give it 100. And let's print B. Okay. Okay, now the next thing that we're going to do is that we're going to call the function test inside the main function, and you'll see why. Okay, so if we run this code, you're going to see we're going to see the 20, the 40, true, Felix, and 10, which comes from the main function right here. And this 100 comes from the test function. So let's try and print these values inside of the test function. So let's try. Well, let's delete A, so we don't have a lot of values. And we can, as we see, because these values on the top, and F, str, and H are declared globally. So that means that they can be used by any function in your code. So both declared outside declared globally. So this means that we can use age in the main function. That's why we can print it here, and we can also use it in the test function because we are using it globally. So we can use that in both functions. But if we go ahead and try to use B, it gives us an error because this variable B is declared locally. So it can only be used by the function where you declare it. In this case, it's going to be in the function test. And if we bring back A, let's give it a value of 200, and we try to use it here, it's going to work, as we see the 200 right here. If I can make this bigger. There you go. But if we try to use A here, it's not going to work because A is declared locally. And it can only be used in the function, in the main function. That's why we can't print it from test. So that's why. So we have two types of scope, global and local. So global is that we can use it in all types of functions, the same variables. If we declare it outside, like we did here, And if we declare it inside the function, then it's locally that we can use it. We can only use it inside the function. We cannot use it in other functions. So that's the main idea of scope. So you made it this far to the tutorial. Click on Golang. Type Golang on the comment section of this video. You made it this far. And the opportunity of the week for this video is going to be the Global Teletherapy Scholarship. The prize is $1,000. The deadline is October 3rd, 2019 to apply, and the link is in the description for information to apply and the requirements. This video is not sponsored by the company that holds the scholarship, just an opportunity that came my way, and I wanted to help you guys and share with you guys because there's a lot of college students that watch my videos. So just to pay it forward and share with you guys. You never know, you might win it, so that's why I share it. And if you like this video, click on the like button. Also share this video with a friend and click on that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. And click on the little bell icon so you'll be notified when I upload. And I upload videos every week, so you can get these videos. And if you would like to support the channel, check out the Ko-fi page. It's going to be on the screen. Thank you for the support. I appreciate it. And if you would like a book to use as a reference to learn Golang, then check the book recommendations section on the description of this video. There's going to be links there to some books that you can use. And these are affiliate links that help support the channel at no extra cost to you. So thank you guys, because these are affiliate links. So thank you guys. Thank you for the support. And I will see you on the next video. Have a great rest of your